Excuse my hair. Slept on it, I come on here looking a hot mess sometimes. I'm sorry if that offends someone, but, I'm just not always ready for my close-up, Mr. DeMille. Welcome back to my channel, and welcome if you're new. My name is Marta if you're new, and I am back. Today I have a bedroom transformation. If you are new here and you don't know, my husband and I recently bought our first home. It's not a new home, it's an older home. We want to, make each room feel like home. You know what I'm saying? I went online looking for inspiration. There are so many decorating rules. You could go crazy just trying to follow all the decorating rules. Don't worry about all the rules. What feels good to you? It's your home. You're the one that's living in it. So keep that in mind. Also, I didn't title this video Bedroom Makeover on a Budget because quite honestly, everybody's budget is different. Budget means different things to different people. All right, let's get on to the video. Now, we didn't have a very big budget to begin with, and we will get into that later. Let me start at the beginning. What you see here is a picture of the online listing from the realtor's website when we first saw the house. And this is video footage of when we actually went to go see the house. The master bedroom was much smaller than we anticipated. We noticed that the previous owner had very big furniture. Even though they didn't have a lot of decor on the walls or anything like that, the room still seemed very cluttered. Kind of bummed out at first, but we fell in love with this house. We figured with a few tweaks, the right paint, the right furniture, we could make this work. So our plan was to make a list of everything that we needed, figure out what our budget was, and then we would shop accordingly. $2,000, that's what we had to work with. May seem like a lot to some, a little to others, but we had to make that work. And that included paint, new closet doors, a new light fixture, new outlets for around the room, a bed, a mattress, nightstands, lamps. You get my drift? $2,000 can go very quickly. One of my non-negotiables was that I needed a king-size bed. I love my husband, but sometimes I need my space. Because I couldn't compromise on the size, we opted for a platform bed. It was very thin, streamlined. I don't know if that makes any sense. Since it was lower to the ground, I figured it would make the ceilings look higher. And B, it didn't need a box spring, cutting down on our expenses. Now, it wasn't the color that I needed it to be, and I didn't film it, but I did sand all the pieces down, and I stained it to match the headboard that we purchased. The great reviews didn't lie. This bed is super sturdy, coming in at $224 from Amazon. We went with a Dream Cloud mattress. This is the second one that we own. We have one in the guest room, and it was $1,099. A big expense, big chunk of our money gone, but it's so worth it. This is one of the best mattresses that I've ever slept on. It also came with a free sheet set and a mattress protector, and that was a pretty good deal. It's got socks on with slippers. I can't deal.
I like to have my feet warm. I'm going to install these electrical sockets with USB ports around the whole bedroom so we can charge our phones and put them on an end table. $19.88 for two, and I think $11 or something for one. And the reason why we're going to do this is because some of these outlets in this house are old. The ground wire isn't hooked up correctly.
You like my light rig?
Yeah, I do. That was a smart idea. Now you put this.
But now we're going to prime and paint, so we're going to leave those off. Before we get to the painting, we have to do my least favorite thing in the world, and that is prepping for paint. Cover the floors, remove everything from the closet, remove that closet door and the shelves. We're going to be doing a little bit of a makeover to the closet, remove the fan overhead, and then we can tape, prime, and paint. My vision for this room was to make it really light and airy, so I chose Benjamin Moore's Regal Select paint in the color Chantilly Lace in a matte finish. It is such a beautiful color. Very close to looking like a pure white, but not as harsh. Good morning. Don't mind my outfit. Alright, I'm going to paint all of the trim. And it's the same paint color, only in satin. Now while the paint was drying, I decided to go outside and start on the closet shelves. They were pretty beat up, they had paint on them, and I wanted to sand them down and leave them natural. So after sanding, all I did was just wipe everything down and went in with some polyurethane to seal them. That gum tastes good?
It calms my nerves.
From what?
From the stress.
So annoying. Day 3 of this makeover, and now we're ready to put everything back. We did put our TV back up on the wall, and now we're putting in the light fixture. It took me a really long time to convince Mr. Peter Parker that we didn't need a fan overhead. I don't like them. They're dust collectors. So we bought this from Amazon. It was $49.99. I also bought the dimmable LED Edison bulbs, and you get 6 for $18.99. I love the round shape, and I love the way they look with this light fixture, which, by the way, is so beautiful and so affordable. A new light fixture and some paint can make such a big difference.
So Marta bought this headboard. Doesn't go with the platform bed, so there is really no way to mount it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use these D-ring hangers. You pick them up at Home Depot. And I'm going to put 3 of them in. One here, and one here. And then I'm going to put screws in the wall, and we're going to hang it. It should work, so we're gonna get started. Yeah.
I fell in love with this headboard. It was $230 and I purchased it from Wayfair, currently out of stock, but it will be back at the end of March. Okay. Do you need help? Take the ladder out. Pull it up that way. All right, get that one down now. We're going to put a new wooden pole in there. Okay. Oh,
Booyah!
So we decided to go with the same type of bifold doors that the closet originally had. They were honestly the most affordable. I actually really like them, and they were $69 each at Home Depot. I didn't want to go with the knobs that the doors originally came with, so we purchased some brass knobs for a couple of bucks. I thought it would add a nice touch. Now our closet does have a light in it, but it had an old, gross piece of string just hanging there. So I bought a new pull chain from Amazon, faux glass and gold. It was about $7. Small detail that most people wouldn't notice, but in my opinion, made a difference. Now you guys didn't think I was going to make a video and not include at least one DIY, did you? One of my neighbors was actually throwing these out. I couldn't believe it. These are the type of frames that you kind of just have to go with whatever is in there. I don't know what they're called, I'm sorry. But you don't usually change out the print inside because it's kind of stapled to the frame itself. I needed some artwork for above my bed. I love the color of the frames. So what I did was I removed all of like the staples. It was not an easy task. It took me a while and I almost cut myself a few times, but ultimately got through it without having to take a trip to the emergency room. Now, once I was done pulling out the picture that was inside the frame, I took a piece of muslin fabric that I had laying around. I think burlapfabric.com sent it to me a while ago, cut it to size, and then I steamed it to take out any of the wrinkles. I'm going to hot glue this to the cardboard side, not the printed side. You understand what I'm saying? Am I making any sense? I didn't trust that the print wouldn't show through the muslin, so that's why I did it this way. I folded all of the corners, glued them down, and kind of wrapped this like a present. Well, not really like a present, because I'm not, wrapping the whole thing. But you guys get my point, right? And then I just tried to pull it tightly while I was gluing it down. I've wanted a piece of art like this for such a long time, but I didn't want to pay the $700 price tag. I did a little bit of research and found out that this is Amate paper. I think that's how you pronounce it. I found this on Blick Art online. It was about $15.50, close to $16 a sheet. Less expensive for sure than the art pieces from Pottery Barn. I bought two of them, the lace, which is this one, and the other one is marble. I put it back in the frame, just a drop of glue on each of the four corners, and I adhered it to the actual cardboard piece. So easy, it really is. And if you have a different type of frame than the one that I had, even easier. If you love these as well, pick yourself up a couple of them, put them in a frame, and boom, you have art. Finally ready to show you all the changes we made to our master bedroom, but let's take a quick look at what it looked like before, and let's take a look at it now. All I can say is that I am in love. I bought these nightstands from Marshall's. They were $69 each. I wanted something with very, very light legs, if that makes any sense. I didn't want anything too leggy and too bulky looking. Again, I was trying to make the room look bigger. So these hairpin leg nightstands really fit the bill. The lamps that are on the nightstand I also bought at Marshall's for $19.99 each. The mirror is from Home Goods, and I got it for $29.99. It's faux wood, it's not real wood, but who cares? It's beautiful. I really wanted to put a mirror on this wall to kind of bounce the light from the windows off into the room, again, to make it look larger. Although I do want to keep this room clutter-free, I wanted a place where I could put decor for the changing seasons, holidays, etc. So I bought these two from Target. They were $30 each, and I absolutely love them. I actually bought two more for my bathroom. This floor vase is not new. It is a DIY. I've had this forever, and I just took some paint and some baking soda, you know, that thing that everybody and their mama is doing, and I revamped the floor vase. I love it. My curtains are the Ritva curtains from IKEA, $29.99 for a pair. They're 98 inches in length and they are a bit long, but I like it that way. Now I may have to buy a couple more for that big window. I want it to look fuller, but I just love these curtains so much. Our closet looks brand new and clean. We put shoes up on top that we don't use often, and in the baskets we put our socks, unmentionables, etc. We're still looking for a dresser that won't overwhelm the room, but until we find one, this is where we will house all of our clothes. Whatever I didn't mention, I already owned. I'm always buying decor for my home, but there is one last thing I wanted to mention. We did purchase it for this room makeover, and that is these Lantha area rugs from Boutique Rugs. Again, we didn't want to overwhelm the room with a big rug. I love to see my wood floors, but they can be a little cold in the morning. So placing these runners on either side of the bed was the next best thing. So if you do the math, you will see that we did go over budget, maybe about $200 or so, but we're very happy with the way that this came out, and we think that we accomplished our goal. Using the right furniture, a nice calming palette, really does make this room seem bigger to us. Let us know in the comments what you think. I'll be leaving links to many of the things that I mentioned down in the description box. And thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for bearing with me. I'm so happy to be back. I love you guys, and I will see you in the next video.